Welcome to today's explainer. Have you ever walked into a gym and just felt completely overwhelmed? Or maybe you're just looking for a straightforward, scientifically backed way to kickstart your fitness journey. Well, you are absolutely in the right place. Today, we're unpacking a complete beginner blueprint that is going to completely demystify foundational fitness for you. We're stripping away all the noise, the fitness fads, and the complicated jargon to give you just the absolute essentials. Here is our game plan. We'll be hitting 5 key sections today. Your foundation for fitness, Pillar 1, which is building strength, the beginner chest blueprint, Pillar 2, covering cardio choices, and we'll wrap up with recovery and common mistakes. All right, let's dive right into Section 1, your foundation for fitness. Think about why we actually move. When you train your chest, you aren't just building muscle for the mirror, right? You're directly improving your ability to perform everyday pushing movements. Add in cardio to strengthen your heart, and what you get is this lasting, functional confidence in your own body. It literally translates to a more capable, vibrant life outside the gym. Moving right along, we hit Section 2, Pillar 1, building strength. Form over weight. Listen, if you take literally one thing away from this entire strength section, let it be this philosophy. As a beginner, you absolutely do not need to lift super heavy weights to see incredible progress. Mastering control and actually feeling the muscle activate, that is your true priority right now. And, you can't have good form if your body is stiff as a board. So this 5-step warm-up protocol, it's mandatory, not optional. First, 5 minutes of light cardio just to get the blood flowing. Then some arm circles and shoulder rotations to loosen up the joints. After that, push-up position shoulder taps to really wake up your core and stabilizing muscles, followed by some light stretching. This sequence brilliantly prepares your body, making sure you're safe and primed before you even think about touching a weight. Which brings us to Section 3, the beginner chest blueprint. So here is a comprehensive routine that targets the muscle from every single angle. You're going to start with the ultimate bodyweight classic, 3 sets of 8 to 15 push-ups. Then, you'll move over to the flat bench press for 3 to 4 sets of 8 to 12 reps to build overall mass, followed by 3 sets of 10 to 12 on the incline dumbbell press to really hit that upper chest. After that, 3 sets of 12 to 15 chest flies for a nice wide range of motion. And hey, if you're feeling ambitious, you can cap it all off with 2 to 3 sets of dips as an optional challenge. But remember our golden rule: form over weight. You want to lower those weights slowly and with absolute control. Whatever you do, avoid bouncing at the bottom. That just cheats your muscles out of the actual work. Also, never lock your elbows aggressively at the top, because that places a ton of unnecessary stress on the joint. Oh, and for the flies, keep a slight bend in your elbows so you don't strain anything. So, your chest is pumped, your upper body strength is developing, but what about your endurance? Muscular strength is really only half the equation here. What about the engine that keeps you moving all day long? That takes us straight into Section 4, Pillar 2, cardio choices. The classic fitness debate, walking versus running. Let's impartially break down what the source material actually says. Running is like a high-intensity engine, which means it generally burns more calories per minute and places much greater demands on your cardiovascular system. However, walking really shines when we talk about joint impact. It puts significantly less stress on your knees and hips, while still giving you a highly effective workout that gets your legs and core engaged. So, when should you choose walking? Well, if you're just starting out, it is a brilliant, completely safe entry point. For older adults, anyone recovering from an injury, or folks carrying a bit of extra weight, walking provides a really nice low-impact burn that you can comfortably sustain for longer sessions without totally beating up your body. On the flip side, choose running if you actively enjoy higher intensity exercise. If your goal is to push your cardiovascular system a bit further, boost your athletic performance, and, this is key, if your body and joints actually tolerate impact well, running is incredibly efficient. Now, if your main goal is shedding a few pounds, we need to clear up a massive misconception right now. The universal weight loss rule is this: a sustained calorie deficit over time matters way, way more than the specific type of cardio you choose. Sure, running might burn calories faster in the moment, but walking is often a lot easier to do consistently. Energy balance is the true driver of weight loss, regardless of whether you're hitting the pavement at a full sprint or taking a nice stroll. And finally, we arrive at Section 5, recovery and common mistakes. Let's rapid fire through some of the most common pitfalls that tend to sideline beginners. You'll want to avoid these traps like the plague. Skipping that 5-minute warm-up, loading up way too much weight just to show off, utilizing poor form, rushing through your repetitions, and ignoring your rest days. Dodging these traps is exactly how you stay injury-free and keep progressing. And speaking of rest, 7 to 9. That right there is your absolute secret weapon. We're talking about the optimal hours of sleep required every single night. Believe it or not, muscle growth and cardiovascular adaptation don't actually happen while you're lifting or running. They happen while you are fast asleep. You've got to give your chest muscles and your heart the time they desperately need to recover and grow. Plus, your time outside the gym completely relies on holistic fuel. You have to eat enough dietary protein to literally repair those torn muscle fibers, and you need to stay hydrated to keep your whole system running optimally. Your fork and your water glass, they're just as critical as your dumbbells or your running shoes. All of this perfectly illustrates a core philosophy from our source material. Consistency matters more than choosing the perfect exercise. You don't have to rigidly choose only walking or only running. You don't have to stress yourself out trying to find the absolute flawless chest routine. Simply combining these two pillars into a balanced routine that you actually enjoy, and more importantly, can stick to, is the ultimate secret to success. So, I'll leave you with this final thought. Consistency absolutely beats perfection. You have the blueprint for strength, you've got the knowledge for cardio, and you know the rules for recovery. The only missing piece of the puzzle now is action. So what step will you take to begin your foundation today? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.